it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and
talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Head to Head with Brian Parker. I am he. Let me adjust this a little bit. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well out there. It is Thursday, November the 13th, 2025. Almost going into 2026, y'all. And I don't know about y'all, but I mean, my God. Even before Halloween, I already started seeing Christmas decorations. People, we haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet. And I'm already starting to see even more and more Christmas. Lights out, wreaths out, inflatables are out. Like, man, y'all just can't wait, can you? I mean, can we have some turkey and some stuffing, please? But yeah, y'all, thanks for joining in wherever you're tuning in from. We are streaming live and direct on Instagram, Facebook. Excuse me, got a burp. Let me try that again. We are streaming live and direct on Instagram, Facebook. We are also on Roku TV, and we are on YouTube. So thank y'all for tuning in from all those different places. If you're on YouTube, or if you have the ability to go to YouTube, please check us out at Parker Media TV, Empower TV. Please like, share, and subscribe wherever you're watching us from, whether it's live or on the replay. Please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. But definitely share, let everybody else know what it is that you're watching. We've been around now for going on 5 years, started in 2020 in August. And our show is dedicated to just having plain talk about what's going on in the world of politics. People say to me all the time, Brian, why do you talk about politics so much? Well, hopefully the last couple of weeks have shown that politics has a lot to do with what we go through on a regular daily basis, whether it's the government messing around with SNAP benefits, whether it's them making sure that when there is a shutdown, that our military, our air traffic controllers get paid. I mean, if you were at an airport over the last couple of weeks and you encountered long lines, this is why politics matters. If you're in the military and you're wondering if you're going to get that check so that you can make your mortgage, pay your daycare bills, and things like that, that's why politics matters. When you're trying to buy a house, if this is why politics matters. If you're a student trying to pay back loans, politics matters. I could go on and on about the different ways, the taxes you pay, the air you breathe, the water that you drink, the emissions from your cars, anything regulatory concerning fossil fuels, things like that, starts with the people that you elect. And we also focus on the people that you elect, even from the local level. A lot of times when people think about politics, they think about the president. They think about the U.S. House of Representatives or the U.S. Senate. That's only 436 people. But there are plenty of people in your local school districts, local magistrates, judges, mayors, council people, assembly people, all of those people. Politics is still local. We need to make sure that we are engaged because, quite honestly, we want to make sure that our voices, our representation is being heard. And a lot of times when we take a back seat to politics, oh man, I'd rather watch the game tonight. I'd rather, disconnect from that. It's just too confusing. It's just too much. They all lie. They're all crooks. They want you to be disengaged, y'all. You can't be disengaged. I'm not saying that you got to be plugged in 24 hours a day, but know what's going on. Be informed. Use your voice. Your voice is a vote. It's just like anybody else. If anybody worked for you and their performance was bad, you'd fire their ass, right? Well, the only way that we can do that is when we go to the ballot box. The only way we can make our voices heard is when we let people know that what you're doing is either acceptable or not acceptable. And I'm going to use my voice to be able to tell you that. Most of us that have jobs, we have yearly performance evaluations with our supervisor. Um, these are our performance evaluations when we go to the ballot box. But how can you go to the ballot box, make an informed decision if you've been checked out all year long? So you got to at least be plugged in and engaged, because whether or not you engage with politics, politics is going to engage with you on a daily and regular basis. Please keep that in mind. Y'all, this is a show that we do together. So I ask you, if you have the ability to join in the live chat, hey, please do so. I do this show with you. I read your comments on the air. So my responses aren't pre-prepared because I have no idea what the hell you're going to say. But I will respond to you in real time. I'm 100% authentic. We are not subsidized by any lobbying groups or anything like that. So the thoughts and the comments that I get to share are mine and mine only. But I am not tied to any company that is influencing anything that we say or do. So we giving it to you raw, the way that we see it. Another announcement that I like to make too is, or two more announcements. Empower TV, like I said, has been on for going on 5 years, and we are looking to partner with anyone out there that would like to advertise on our network. Our network airs 24 hours a day on Roku. Excuse me, my nose always itches when I go live. I don't know why. So I apologize. I'm not digging in it. I'm just rubbing it. But um, uh, we air 24 hours a day. Roku has over 150 million users. What we would like to be able to do is, if you are a business owner, if you do events, if you have a side gig and you want to be able to promote it, and you want to be able to use different outlets such as ours to be able to promote that, please let us know. We can do a commercial, we can do a table read where we do screenshots of the product, service, etc. And that way we can help promote it. To be able to do that, you can always reach out to us at theparkermedia@gmail.com. I'm sorry, I'm running the Chirons myself tonight. Send us an email at theparkermedia@gmail.com if you would like to do that. In the same vein, we also have a live weekly show called Head to Head Sports on Mondays at 7 p.m. Myself, my co-host Randall Hargrove, break down the goings on in the National Football League. It's a great sports show. We break down plays. We break down uh, the teams that are hot, the teams that are not, coaches on the hot seat, all those kind of things, playoff implications. We go all the way through the playoffs up to and including the Super Bowl. And then we take about a 6-month hiatus, come back in July, start the preseason all over again. And we've run this show for 5 years. But it is solely about the NFL. And people have always asked, hey, what about the NBA? What about soccer? What about baseball? What about college sports? Can you do a show with that? No. I would love to. I'm one person. I can't do those shows. It takes a lot to produce a show. It takes a lot of time to research and be knowledgeable of what you're talking about. With that said, I know that there's some folks out there that would love to be able to put on a show, whether it's sports, whether it's a cooking show, whether it's their own talk show that they have, and want to open it up to a platform. Again, we air on Roku 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you would like to be part of that, if you want to be able to use the streaming service that we have for live shows that you can simulcast your show on multiple platforms at one time, again, reach out to me at theparkermedia@gmail.com. We'll talk about it, see if it's a good fit for the both of us, and then we'll move forward. Just to give you guys an example of just the flavor of one of the commercials that we do run, I'm going to give you this one from Jermaine Parker Realty, and then we'll be back on the other side. Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions that you'll make. Here at Jermaine Parker Realty, we're here to help you navigate through that process. We know that a home is more than just a place to live. It creates memories. Here at Jermaine Parker Realty, we're here to help. Give us a call and let us get started on your journey. All right, now back to me. Now this show, a lot of times, you guys will see different panelists come onto the show. Tonight, it looks like it's just going to be myself, which is all good. A lot of the folks that we work with have jobs outside and do things, so not always able to make it. With that said, if you would like to be a part of our panel, we are always looking and welcoming other voices into the echo chamber. You do not have to be in agreement with the host or the other panelists. We love different ideas, points of view, and things like that. I honestly believe that diverse thoughts and conversations can make conversations more meaningful. With that said, what I'm not looking for are conspiracy theorists, rabbit hole chasers that go down holes and stuff like that of the earth is flat and all that kind of shit. I ain't looking for that either. But I believe in civility. I believe people can disagree without being disagreeable. I even believe that people that come from a different side of the ideological spectrum have important points to share. Whether I agree with them or not, it at least gives perspective. And I'm all about perspective. I don't think that there's always just one way of looking at something. I think a lot of times our experiences definitely shape the way that we think. Or sometimes the things that we haven't experienced keeps us from being able to relate or understand what and how other people may approach things. And to be able to at least have that understanding that sometimes the life you live influences the way that you think, the experiences that you have. And being able to share those experiences in a place where it can be accepted, even if it's not always agreed with, is more important than anything. I think if our U.S. Congress took that approach without everything being about the jersey that you wear, the team that you're on, winning at all costs, there's got to be a winner, there's got to be a loser mentality. This country and this world in particular would be a lot better off. There's nothing wrong with vehemently believing in what you believe in, holding to your principles without demonizing someone else's. Only caveat that I would say to that is that if your principles, though, intrude on other people from the standpoint that it discriminates, it devalues, is derogatory, whether it's racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, those are probably points too far. You can be disagreeable without being any of those things. We just have different ways of looking at things. But fundamentally speaking, we all acknowledge basic facts that we are all here in an equal position. No one person, no one race, no one sex, no one sexual orientation is better than any other just because they're different. That has to be the base. That's the floor for me. If we can't even agree on that set of facts, that's when that becomes a problem. And we do know that there are a lot of folks out there that cannot even accept those bare facts. That's where the problems will start with me. Um, if you're different than me, I don't care. If you, uh, like same sex, you identify as a man but was born as a woman, vice versa. That's your choice. I got nothing to do with that. It's not up to me to tell you how to live your life. But I'm never going to sit there and denigrate you for that choice that you made. You have to live with that choice. Um, and at the end of the day, it doesn't change who you are. You are who you are. And everybody's not everybody's cup of tea. Um, so that's all I got to say with that. That was my long public announcement. Now to the show. So one of the first topics that I did want to open up the show with was, again, I talk about how government uh, and politics are in your lives, and that couldn't have been more obvious than this current government shutdown. Now, governments shut down because governments, just like us in some ways, loosely speaking, are required to make sure that they stay funded. They collect taxes, they collect fees and everything else, but they have to appropriate those funds. And there's normally 12 different uh, funds that have to be appropriated. Well, those funds have to come out of appropriations committees. So you'll have an agriculture, you'll have a defense, you'll have all these health, you'll have all these different appropriation bills that have to be passed. When those appropriation bills get stuck, cannot be passed for one reason or another, and the government is about to end its fiscal cycle, whatever date that is, there is normally a vote to extend the funding period for a small amount of time to hopefully be able to give uh, the serious people in the room an opportunity to continue to negotiate a longer term spending bill. A lot of times, whatever parties in Congress will extend funding bills past an election because nobody wants to have the government shut down and then people go to vote and they're mad at the party in power. So they'll normally push it past an election cycle so that people aren't holding that over their heads when they go to the ballot box. That's more strategic. Um, well, a lot of these funding bills lately over the last several years have not passed. And a lot of it is for a couple of reasons. The U.S. House of Representatives has very limited majorities to work with. There have been times there's 435 seats in Congress, in the U.S. House of Representatives, rather. There's another 100 in the U.S. Senate. A lot of people will get mad at the party in power, but not realize that, hey, for a bill to pass in the U.S. House of Representatives currently, it would take 218 votes. 218 is exactly 50% plus one. That's what we call a simple majority. For a bill to pass in the U.S. House of Representatives, it has to have 50 plus one. Normally, there's other things that can kind of bring that number down. Uh, Empty seats from death or resignations or any other thing. But typically, when the House is fully staffed, there's 435 seats. So 218 is that magical number. Well, when you have in your party 220, 221, it really means you can, and if the other party is vehemently opposed to whatever it is that you're wanting to do, your party has to be held together very tight. You can only lose so many people in your party, meaning that you have to come up with legislation that everybody is going to be able to swallow and accept. It may not be everything that they want, but it'll have to be good enough for them to be able to hold their nose and vote anyway. but there's so many different factions even within parties. Republicans have Tea Party members and this caucus, that caucus, and everything else. Democrats have the same thing, whether they're progressives, liberals, moderates, old school blue dogs, as they call them. They have different factions, and being able to find even common ground in your party can be very difficult. And that's why bipartisanship, which has become a dirty word over the last several years, is so important because even if you lose a couple of folks off of your party, you're supposed to be able to reach across the aisle to pull in some other people from the other party to help you get that legislation passed. But basically, I equate these two parties right now to two castles in front of each other with both of their drawbridges pulled up. Nobody can cross over to the other side because if you do, it is a view from your own party and sometimes even your own constituents that you're a traitor, that you went to the other side. You're not really one of us because you went over to them. And Congress was never designed to be that way. It was always designed for bipartisanship. And the reason that things are at a grinding halt is because Congress has lost its way. There is no more bipartisanship, or very little to say the least. And that's what makes it hard because even when a party assumes power, unless they have 20, 30 seat majorities, bipartisanship is still needed and necessary. But you've got parties that are refusing to entertain that. And that's why you can't get budget bills passed because you can't satisfy everybody in your party. And then you need to cross the other side. So then what they do is they say, you know what? We're not going to be able to pass it. Let's just kick the can down the road, pass what they call a continuing resolution. So long story short, Congress knew since March what day roughly we were going to run out of money. Now, the Treasury has some abilities to be able to move funds around to extend that date out by a week, a month, something like that, but typically not much more than that. They can defer on certain payments that have to be made and things like that to where they buy Congress a little bit more time. But it came to a final deadline in September. And there was no budget. The party that wasn't in power decided that, hey, if you want any votes from us, we have one ask from you. And that ask was too much for the House Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, to do. He wanted them to simply give their votes for what they call a clean CR. And all a clean CR means is that we just want a continuing resolution that just says that all of the spending levels that are currently happening continue to happen up until this arbitrary date. And they were going to extend it out another 8 weeks. The Democrats said no. Ordinarily, they would. I've heard them plenty of times want a clean CR. They didn't want Republicans sitting there trying to hold them hostage by wanting to add things like abortion issues or any other kind of issues into a continuing resolution. It's a budget bill. If you got issues with those policies, let's do that outside of this budget bill. We can negotiate those things at the appropriate time. And the Democrats simply got away from something that they've many times have prescribed to too. It was their position that the ask was so important that they had to go against what they would have normally even asked themselves. And the issue was healthcare. There are millions of Americans currently utilizing the Affordable Care Act known as Obamacare. And the subsidies that are paid to Obamacare to help subsidize the premiums that people pay are set to expire at the end of the year. And the Democrats' point was, yes, they expire at the end of the year, but open enrollment is always in November. And sometimes certain companies it's in October. So because open enrollment was around the corner from this CR, not having certainty as to those subsidies being extended could cause some insurance companies to panic and arbitrarily raise premiums for fiscal year 2026. And if they do that, people are going to be faced with making the decision to pay an increase in premiums or determining that it's too high, too expensive, and they would end up dropping their health care. Now, this is something that Democrats have already accused Republicans of ultimately wanting to do anyway. Why? Because over the last 15 years, Republicans have voted over 70 times to abolish the Affordable Care Act. Now, why do I think they want to abolish the Affordable Care Act? Me, honestly, I think most of them just a bunch of damn racists that don't want Barack Obama to have that legacy of a win. It's just that fucking petty. I think some of them fundamentally, truly believe that it doesn't work because most of them fundamentally don't believe that health care is a right, it is a privilege. They think that just because you're born into this world, you are not entitled to health care. From the same party that argues that all life is precious from conception and abortion should be illegal for that reason, even if you're raped, molested, etc., because all life is precious and we need to make sure that we protect life. But once it comes out that mama's middle, you're on your own. We don't give a damn about you after that. But we do give a damn about you being born. And there's reasons for that. And I'll dive into that because I kind of feel like talking about it. The real reason that Republicans are pro-life. And shocker, it ain't got a damn thing to do with the Bible or Christianity. That is what they tell themselves to make them feel good about being quote unquote pro-life. Ain't got a damn thing to do with Jesus, ain't got shit to do with a cross, ain't got nothing to do with any of that. It doesn't. For some people, it probably does, ideologically speaking. But for a lot of people in the top 1%, ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, hell, since I done went down that rabbit hole, I'll go ahead and finish it. The reason that the top 1% are what they call pro-life, it's not because they're pro-life, they're pro-worker. And not from the standpoint that they give a damn about workers. They need them. They need people to go into their factories. They need people to work in their distribution centers. They need people to work in their stores. They need people to work in their fields. They need that labor. And when families are opting to have kids later or even not at all, because women are being more career minded and wanting to start a career, it lowers the labor pool. And then what happens when they lower the labor pool? Then you have to start looking at other options like immigration, HB1 visas, and things like that. But a lot of these races don't want people to come in from outside this country. So then you run into that whole gambit where we're not making enough people. They don't want us to import in any people because then they say those same said people are taking away jobs from people that don't even exist. And then they use those said people coming in that we need for a lot of the jobs that go undone to vilify them and have us hating them while they're the ones actually keeping our salaries down, but raising our food cost, rent cost, everything else around us. But we can't focus our ire on the people that are really pulling the levers because they will use other people as a focus of your grievances. And there's a lot of people out there that fall for it every fucking time. Every time. Oh, there's a transgender person in your school. Oh, we hate the school board. And while you hating the school board, you ain't paying attention to the government that's sitting there not expanding classrooms, not giving you your books, not helping teachers fund their classrooms, and putting a lot of the expenses on the teachers they have to come up with. That's what they're doing. Oh, we hate this person because he's married to another man. But you got a president protecting a pedophile. But you worried about two people that love each other, uh, made a commitment to each other, living their lives, and you're more worried about that than some orange man covering up for a dead pedophile. Tell me you don't care more about the homosexuals down the street than you do about Donald Trump covering for Jeffrey Epstein. I'll wait. That's what they do. It's culture wars. But that's why they also need women to sit there and forego careers and become baby makers because they need those workers. They need those um, low salary workers. You know, they need you to have low. That's why they're also always against public education so much. Brian, what they got to do with it? Well, the more education people pursue, it delays them having children. You know, if I'm gonna be a doctor, I gotta go to of course high school, graduate, then I gotta go to college, pre-med, medical school, do a residency. Hell, I'm damn near 30 years old by the time I'm a doctor. They want them pushing them babies out at 21, 22. You're delaying. That 8-year delay, you multiply that by masses, that's a lot of workers that these billionaires do not have at their disposal because education, the more education people get, then they get more high paying jobs. And they're not the ones that are working at Walmart, Target, Amazon. That's not them. They need those other people that's going to work in a lot of these other industries and stuff. These are the ones that, uh, demographically speaking, may have a college diploma or GED, may have went and taken a couple of courses at community college, may have went to a 4-year college and not working within their major or anything like that, but didn't pursue a doctorate, didn't pursue a master's or anything like that. They want those folks that they can um, pick from the bottom, so to speak. It's a lot harder for them to be able to convince somebody that has a MBA or a master's to come work at Amazon. Ain't gonna happen. So why do they want education to be down? Because it increases their pool of workers. But instead of you realizing that, they'll just distract you with some gay people, trans people, um, the Democrats are pedophiles and baby killers and all that other stupid shit that is not either not true or not even relevant. Because it's easier for them to make you mad at somebody else other than them. It's easier for you to be mad about um, talking about people dressing up like cats and dogs in schools, uh, and you focus on that than going to vote, or understand what somebody just voted on, or the fact that people are shutting down the government for selfish reasons, or not wanting to give people basic necessities like SNAP benefits. 42 million people rely on food assistance, but we elect people into office a lot of times that have never had to make a decision between whether they're going to eat or whether they were going to keep the lights on. And they're out of touch a lot of times. They cannot relate to their own constituents. The only people that they can relate to are their donors. And that's why they work more for their donors than they do for you, because they can relate more to their donors than they can to you and the things that you go through. They'll say all the right things in a speech. They'll say all the right things when they have town halls, if they have them, and everything else. But don't just watch what they say, watch what they do. See if it lines up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times it does. Anyway, all of that to say, this is why they want more people having babies, because they need your hands and your strong ass back to be able to work them 10, 12-hour shifts, them 40, 48-hour week jobs. They need your labor. It's never been about sanctity of life. That's a bumper sticker. How do I know? Because after you born, they could give two fucks about you. They really could. They were willing to let 42 million people starve. Starve. I don't ever want to hear Republicans say, I'm pro-life. You pro-bullshit. And I would love for you to go shovel it in front of somebody else. Don't ever tell me again that you pro-life. You're not. It just makes you feel good to say it. F you and your feelings, if it ain't really how it plays out. So that's just me on that. But you can kind of see in their actions. But now the Congress is back in session. There were a couple of Democrats that folded to the angst of other folks that felt like Democrats were coming away with leverage and the high ground on the whole government shutdown, because they were making it clear that Republicans had no interest in making sure that the ACA subsidies were extended, which meant that millions of people, including their own constituents, would see doubling, tripling, quadrupling of their premiums. They didn't care. You heard the Speaker of the House gaslighting, talking about they got plenty of ideas about how to come up with better, less expensive health care. I mean, Obamacare been around for 15 years. They have not put out one damn page of a plan to replace it with. All they kept running on was get rid of Obamacare. Okay. If you got rid of Obamacare today, basically you just killed a bunch of people. There are literally people that, if they were not on the Affordable Care Act today, would not be alive this same time next year. That's no different to me than murder, because you could have prevented people from dying, chose not to. That sounds like liability to me. Again, when I talk about us being engaged in politics, if something has the ability to affect life and death, yeah, we should be engaged with that. If the people that we're sending to Washington, D.C., or our local government truly hold life and death in their hands, don't you think we should give a little bit of a damn about it? Just a little bit? I think we should, y'all. Didn't they take away Obamacare and now it's Trump care? No, he might want it to be that. You know, at the end of the day, Anthony, good question. It's it's still called Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act. Trump likes to put his name on anything, and I'm sure, as you know, being in DC, he's trying to put his name on the damn stadium now, which I think that would be crazy if the Commanders give in to that bull crap. But no, it's not called Trump Care. It's still they still call it Obamacare, and I'm gonna tell you why. He won't put his name on this because he's already said how much of a disaster it is. He doesn't and he doesn't know why it's a disaster. To him, it's a disaster because Barack Obama got credit for it. That's why it's a disaster in his mind. He has no depth of understanding about how healthcare works. And he proved that when he said that dumbass crap earlier this week about just get rid of all of the healthcare, give people $2,000 and let them get their own healthcare. That's somebody that has no idea what the hell healthcare is. Because when you need healthcare and you need a surgery, and the surgery is $30,000, what in the fuck is that $2,000 going to do? Nothing. But that's somebody that fundamentally doesn't understand how health insurance works. Why? He ain't never had to worry about it. He ain't never had to sit there and pay out of pocket for when you go, you have a copay. You think Trump ever had to worry about a copay? Or how much a month premiums coming out of his check? Even if you work for an employer and they pay part, you pay part. You think he ever had to worry about that? No. So he's not going to call it Trump care because he's already made it seem like it's a failing program, and he's not going to attach his name to that. Now, what he would try to do, Anthony, is because what Trump likes to do is shut something down, bring it back, and then all of a sudden say, "Oh, I fixed it. Now it's this." So if he could kill Obamacare and basically bring it back and put his name on it, he'll say it's the greatest thing in the world. He said $2,000 worth of alcohol and Band-Aid wraps, pretty much, and aspirin. Yeah, you better get you a bunch of Tylenol. But oh wait, I'm sorry, can't take Tylenol because then it'll make your babies autistic. These are unserious people. When the leader of the free world is the most ignorant, dumbest person that does not mind on a daily basis showing you just how stupid he is, that's a problem. The worst problem is there's a lot of people that will believe every word that comes out of his mouth, no matter how stupid it is, which is a point of why education is so important to begin with. Because the more educated you are, the harder it would be to believe an idiot. That's another reason that they want education to not to go away for the most part. The smarter you are, the more you will sit there and question what's being said to you. The more perceived dumber you are, the easier it is to sell you bullshit. It's a type of mind control without strapping you into a chair or waving a pendulum in front of your face. They don't have to do that when they take away critical thinking from you so that you don't question what's being said to you. Why I got to do all that to you when I can sit there and accomplish the same thing without even laying a finger on you? So that's exactly what they're doing. But yeah, $2,000 worth of alcohol, Band-Aid, and wraps when you got cancer treatments when you have to have um, dialysis, when you have to have heart care, things like that that are going to cost you more than $2,000 a year. How do you make up for the difference if there's no such thing as insurance anymore? But again, this is the same person that swears up and down when you go to the grocery store, you have to show ID to get groceries. When you buy gas, you got to show ID. I just got gas last night. I ain't pulled out my ID and God knows when. But I've gotten gas plenty of times. I've gotten groceries plenty of times. I ain't never had to pull out my damn ID. But this is a fool that says that because he doesn't know. When's the last time you think you're gonna walk through Wegmans? You think you're gonna walk through um, Publix and see Donald Trump with a grocery basket in front of him? You think anybody has ever seen him do that? Like ever, even once? You think Melania does that? So, how I started the show with a lot of times your personal experiences shape the way you think. There's your exhibit A. His experiences or lack thereof have shaped the way that he perceives things because he's never had to go buy groceries. He assumes he knows how people buy groceries. So always keep that in mind. But yeah, so these folks were more than willing to watch people subsidy go up. And the government reopened because the senators agreed that they will at least bring a vote up on extending the ACA subsidies, which we already know they're going to vote against because they want to make healthcare privatized. Well, Brian, why would they want to make healthcare privatized? Because then insurance companies can charge you whatever the hell they want. They can go up on your premiums. They can do all this kind of. Well, Brian, why would want to do that? Because the sicker you are, the more you're dependent on the workforce to take care of you. And it's kind of funny how effed up this is. The government demonizes people that need food assistance, right? They look at them as other and lesser than. They talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. They talk about people that are on assistance as lazy, people not working. And there's plenty of people that have one job, two jobs that receive benefits because even those two jobs together, they still fall short of being able to have enough food on the table. They work every damn day. And still, after they pay everything, ain't even got two nickels to rub together. And they thumb their noses at them. That by itself is pretty freaking deplorable. But let me add one more layer to that. This is the same government that gives tax cuts to the same companies that these people work for. This is the same government that refuses to increase the minimum wage, to force these companies to pay people a living wage so that they are less dependent on those benefits that they demonize them for wanting. This is the same government that gives them tax breaks and allows them to underpay their people. I bet you there are so many people that receive SNAP benefits that work for Walmart, that work for Amazon, that work for FedEx, that work for Facebook, that work for YouTube. Same places that Wells Fargo, JP Chase Morgan, um, same companies that report record earnings, stocks are up, got employees on Snap. So who is your government really working for? They use you as the damn punching bag and point to you as everything that is wrong. Make you angry at another underserved group of people while they're giving tax cuts to the people that won't pay you what they should pay you. Then get you so angry at something that doesn't matter that when you do go vote, you vote against your own self interest. You know, I said a long time ago that slavery never ended. They just figured out a better way to hold us down without shackles and chains, turning us against each other, making us focus inwardly or at each other instead of holding them accountable for the decisions that they make that affects us on a daily basis, making us feel like it doesn't matter. That's slavery, y'all. Now, some people will take exception to that. I get that. They think they think, oh well, man, slavery, man. Now you gotta there's chains and whips and all that. No, no, no. You can be a prisoner in your own mind because your mind will not allow you to think outside the box that they've created. That is slavery. That is imprisonment. You can be more of a slave mentally than you ever could be physically. We all gonna break down physically, but when your mind starts to go, everything goes. Keep that in mind, y'all. I know that's gonna be a controversial thing. I'm gonna touch on it again, because I think it needs to be put out there that we have to make sure we question. Now, I ain't talking about how people question COVID and started talking about, "Ah, man, I need to do my own research." People that was a C student and a D student in high school now all of a sudden talking about they're gonna do their own research. If you was good at doing your own research, you wouldn't have been a damn D student in school. Now you want to do your own research? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Let's read somebody else's research and make sure it makes sense. If it don't make sense and you need to question it, that's one thing. But you doing your research from scratch? Nah, don't do that. Because you couldn't do that when you was 16, 17. You damn sure ain't gonna be able to do that when you're 45, 46. I don't see how that works. So there was a reason that your ass barely graduated, or you had to go to summer school to get your damn diploma. There was a reason for that. So I ain't crapping on you. I'm just telling you, hey, keep it 100, right? Keep it a buck, as they say. If you weren't that A student, I don't want to hear you talking about, I want to just do my own research on COVID because I think they got metal stuff in there that's tracking me, even the government. No, 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 no. And these same people, and it's funny. I ain't trying to go down tangents, but it's funny. These same dumbass people that would talk about the government tracking them will jump on their phone on Facebook and scan their damn face and turn it into AI. You worry about somebody taking something from you, and you so willfully ready to give it away in other ways. TikTok, all these other things, you're giving your likeness away and everything else, but you worried about the government secretly taking stuff away. Dumbass people. Dumbasses. Anyway, I'm probably gonna have some viewers that be like, "Hey, you talking about me?" I'm sorry. Don't take it personally. I'm just telling you. A lot of times people sit there and they want to act like somebody's doing something underhanded to them, and they do it to themselves every single day. It's like when people walk around, they be like, "Man, I don't know why people are all in my business." Same people walking around on their damn speakerphone when they having conversations. Well, if you really cared about privacy, I doubt you would be on a damn speakerphone in public talking to somebody about personal stuff that I honestly don't want to or need to hear, and would prefer that you go buy some earbuds because you can get some off of Amazon pretty damn cheap. They might not sound as good, but they sound a whole lot better than me hearing you sound ignorant over a speakerphone. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for today, y'all. I'm cutting out a little early. But do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel. It is under Empower TV, Parker Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also leave a comment. Y'all, I do read the comments. I appreciate all the feedback that we get. Again, if you know anybody that would love to be a panelist on the show, even if it's not every single week, but on a regular basis, please reach out to me at theparkermedia@gmail.com. If it's you, you do not have to be a political scholar. You don't have to have a poli-sci major. If you've lived in this world long enough to be able to vote, scratch your ass, and drink a cup of water that don't look like milk, you probably got a good opinion on politics. Not necessarily in that order either. Wash your hands after you scratch your ass. But if you've done those things, then you pretty much qualified. Remember, we have a felon as a president. You pretty much damn near qualified to do anything. So anyway, I had to get that dig in. But yeah, we take different kinds of folks' opinions and everything else. And we try to peel back the onion a little bit and have plain talk about what's going on in the world of politics. I think that's the other reason too, before I go. A lot of people don't like to get into politics because they think it's complicated. And when people think things are complicated, they tend to steer away from those things and they lean into the things that they are more comfortable speaking about and that they know about. Do I know everything about politics, procedures, and everything else? No. Am I a political junkie? Yeah. And there's still a lot of things that I don't know. I try to pick up those things here and there and be able to explain it to you guys in a way that is more engaging in the way that you understand without it coming across as going over your head. I'd rather talk to you than at you or over you. And even more so, I'd rather talk with you. And that's what we'll continue to strive to do. And we always want to do it together. Your support is why the show has been going on 5 years. And we ain't stopping no time soon. So with that said, y'all, this is Brian Parker. We're head to head. We'll see y'all again next week. Y'all be safe out there. We'll talk to you soon.
This is ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a